quickly approaching. So
for you, Gary, I'll get it done quick. Don't worry.
no.
So
We get these guys up to speed. So
okay. I'm sure Gary's already showed you Ambit and kind of got into detail. I'll just quickly the basics of it, and then ask questions if we need to, and then we'll go from there. So, as you know, Ambit is our emergency two-way communication platform. There are two parts of it. One part you have on my right-hand side is an application that lives on your phone. It's a mobile app. I'm using a web app, like a simulator, because you can't really see my screens from my phone. But you'll be able to see it shortly once we get you guys set up on your system. Let me just log in right here. Okay, so this is kind of how the mobile app looks like. I'll go over the mobile app before I go into the system, just so we know what the features are. So through the mobile app, we have the app available in Android and iOS, all on the latest versions. And I knew the new iOS is going to be launching soon inside of the iPhone X coming out. So we have our update ready to go. So these are some of the features that we have inside Ambit. You have access, monitor, eyewitness, assistance, check-in, and then photo. Most of these, you guys have already seen all these features, but I'll just go through one more time. So access, the cool thing about Ambit is that you can have it as a standalone system, or you can have it integrate with another with an access control system. Best one would probably be eFusion. So let me show you how that would work. So I'm going to jump over here to the system dashboard. This is kind of where you would see a quick overview of everything that's coming into the system. There's like a quick overview of your organization. You can see how many people have requested access, how many people are pending to be allowed access, people are requesting to be monitored, 2 people that need help, active check-in, which is kind of your ability to clock in, clock out, all the live support requests, and then your issue requests. This is all customizable, so per organization. So let's say the organization doesn't want to see the live monitor, or they don't want to see the check-in. We can disable it, so you don't have to see it. So this is just a quick overview. So I'll go into access. So access, so pretty much if it's tied into your access control system like eFusion, I'll give you an example. So if I'm coming to work and I forgot my fob key and I need to get into the office, I can go onto my mobile phone, open up Ambit, hit access, and select the door that I'm in front of. Obviously, it'd be the lobby, so I hit lobby. I can put in some details saying, hey, I forgot my key, and then send that in. So this, from here on the mobile device, then it goes into Ambit. Oh, there we go. And it shows up as pending. So you're on the left-hand side, you have here your summary. Just a quick overview of the access portion. On the lower part here, you have pretty much like your ticket counter, all your tickets that you have to look into. So this is like a ticket number, the name of the person, the status, whether if it was approved, whether it needs, whether it was declined, the department the person is in, the site that they were assigned to, their GPS tag. I didn't put a GPS tag because I'm using a mobile simulator. The door I requested access, and the time I did it, and then when it was last updated. So let's click on my name. When I click on my name, on my left-hand side, you get a picture of who I am, or cartoon, my first and last name, my department, same information that you have here, but on the left-hand side. And you can see the previous times I've requested access, or view the access log. All the times I've requested it. So, because I don't have credentials, it's not tied into an eFusion system, but if it was, what it would do is the request would go in from Ambit to eFusion. In eFusion, it would check the credentials that I have in eFusion and see whether if I have access to that door or not. If I do have access to that door, then it would open. And this happens in kind of like in in milliseconds, so it's not something that's really delayed. Or you can also have it as there's a new feature we actually, it's called an actionable form. So what this feature, what this status means is that an admin has to approve it, but I'll go into it once you'll see I'll come back to this. Let's put a dot on this one. But any questions on the access part or what I went through? No? Straightforward. Okay, cool. Wow. I did pretty good on that one. All right, so let's go to the next one. Is monitor. So monitor is the feature where you can activate on your mobile device so you can be tracked or you can be monitored. So let me show you how this one works. Let's go into the dashboard. Oh, the system client. And I'm a user example. So I'm a student. I'm walking back to my car. It's late, and you know I don't feel safe. And I say, you know what? I think I want to be monitored. I want security to monitor me as I get to my car. I go on my mobile phone, go into Ambit, and I hit monitor. So because this is there you go. So here you go. So what this does, it pulls up my location and it gives a GPS tag on where I requested this. And my location is updated every 10 seconds. The timer can be customized to whatever other organization. So let's say you wanted to track it faster, you can change it to 5 seconds, 3 seconds. If you want it every 1 second, that's fine too. So you hit monitor, it pops up your location. If you're in the SOC or wherever you're viewing this, if you're a security guard, you say, okay, Zishan is requested to be monitored. You click on his name. All right. I see. Okay. See what department, all my information. And I say, you know what? I'll send him a message. Go ahead. You are being watched. Not in a creepy way that you're being watched, but we're monitoring you. And it pulls up right here. And the person can also type back saying thanks. There we go. So this is pretty cool because this is a two-way part where you can actually have a conversation with the person that you're being monitored. And then if you get to a point and say, you know what, someone's walking towards me, I know he's trying to get me, I can switch it to help, and that pops into Ambit that, hey, this guy really needs help. You should be getting to him as soon as possible. But let's say I do get to my car safe. I get to my car. I'm like, okay, great. You can type it in, or you can just end the session. And after you end the session, you can also view history. And Ambit keeps a log of all the people that have requested help or requested to be monitored. So if you have to go back and say an incident that did happen and someone was being monitored or helped, you can pull this in your log and say, okay, Gary, at 1:03 p.m. on the 26th, he requested to be monitored. And you can pull up different information about that monitor session. And if there was a chat, what was communicated, things like that. So, any questions on the monitor function or feature? No? Okay.
Nope, it's all good.
All right, sweet. All right, so I'm going to go to the next feature is eyewitness. So if I'm a member of an organization and I say, you know what, I see something, I want to report it to the organization. Traditionally, you have reports that you have to fill out. A couple of the customers that we work with right now, they're trying to go paperless, so this is a great tool for them to move over to. So to say, okay, and also is, if you see something happening, if you can just take a picture of it with your phone and send it to the organization, that would be great, instead of having to say, okay, I see something, I'm going to go over to HR, grab a document out, fill out the form, or try to remember what happened, what was a couple hours ago or a couple minutes ago, and then submit it in and wait for it to get processed. With Ambit, you can kind of just go on your mobile with the phone, hit eyewitness, and right here is a different subjects that they can pick from that can be customized to whatever the organization wants. So what issue would you like to report? And right then and there, I can report it. So if I see, say, an altercation, I can, what does it sound? Altercation, I can type in, there is a fight. I can put the person's name or I can put whatever I want in the log. I can attach a picture, but since this is not a mobile device, I can pick an old photo from, I think, I'll use the eFusion picture. And then I can submit that in. So that goes into the system. And now, as an administrator, I can say, okay, so Zushan has reported an altercation. See, there's a fight. I can see, okay, view the photo. I can view it on Ambit. I think I attached a little big picture, so that's why it's taking a while to load. Yeah, it's a pretty big photo. But normally, since on a mobile device, we limit the size, so you can't, but I use a simulator, so we don't really limit the size in the simulator. I can choose to assign it to a person. So, for example, if I'm within a SOC and I say, okay, so this altercation happens and I know there's a rover around, I can hit assign and I can assign it to anybody I want. So let's say I'll assign it to Gary. Now, Gary gets a notification saying that this particular task, that there's been an altercation reported by Zishan that he needs to address. This can be automated, or you can do it manually, like how I did. You can have it predefined. If, like, for example, if all dangerous situation and altercations go to security, while property all property damage goes to property management, or cell site damage goes to property management. Medical attendant goes to the medical team or HR, however you guys want it to go. So it's pretty cool. Any questions on this? On Eyewitness?
No, that's pretty cool.
Oh, and then you also get an email log as well. Not only since I submitted this incident, I get an email log on whenever somebody gets assigned to it, or as the incident progresses through its life cycle. So, for example, since it was assigned to Gary, Gary can actually type in updates as he goes through it. So, like, for example, if he gets there and his fight's gone, he can update it and then he can close it out from his mobile phone. And the same thing, like how Monitor Me, you have a history of all your incidents that's been reported. So in Maxxess's history, you have about 70 things that are dangerous situations, 31 medical, 113 altercations. And if you click here, you can actually just filter it too. I just want to see all property damage. I want to see all dangerous situations on my sites. It's pretty cool. You can actually drill really deep into this. So if I wanted to see all incidents, but I want to see it at a particular site, I can filter it too. I want to see everything that happened in the Maxxess U.S. office between that's an open status. I want to see all open statuses that have a high priority or normal priority. You can do that. It's pretty cool. And then you can generate reports too. Once you define out, say, okay, I need this kind of report. We can actually build a report for you, crystal reports. Any questions, or we're still good?
Good.
Okay, cool.
I'm still good.
Assistance, it was the same concept as Eyewitness, except it's instead of saying, hey, I have this information, I need to get to the organization, it's more of I need assistance from the organization, or I need this from the organization. So if I need my supervisor, I need HR, I can pop it in here and just say, okay, I need HR, I have an issue. Whatever you want to type. Picture, same concept. Hit send, and then that goes into assistance over here on the left-hand side. So you see, as things come in, you see these bubbles that pop up. We're in development right now from, we had a suggestion that instead of having it just bubbles, we're actually going to have flashing lights on more of the high-priority issues. But I'll go ahead and get into that later. So click on my name. Same concept. It's HR, have an issue, and you can see it's been assigned. All right. Any questions? distance?
No?
Cool.
No.
Cool. Then you got check-in, which is, I think is pretty cool as well. That's, I think, one of the features that a lot of people have been interested in is check-in. So it's kind of how you're clocking in, clocking out solution. So if I'm let's say I'm a contractor coming on site, I have a contractor coming on site, and I want to make sure I log in the hours that he's on site and not the hours when he's at the bar. So I give my contractors this tool. My contractors, when they come on site, they say, okay, I'm here for work, and they type in the site that they're supposed to be at. So if I'm supposed to be at the Maxxess UK site, but I'm out here in California, my GPS tag will tell me, hey, this guy's in California, not in UK. Or you would just do it on your normally how you would pick your actual site that you're supposed to be at. Same concept, you clock in, clock out. Any questions on this? Or Gary, did you have any commentary you want to give on this one, in this feature?
Yeah, well, this is. I was talking to Dave earlier today. I did a presentation yesterday for a finance company, and they're going to use Ambit to track their field sales force. Not only to communicate their plan for the day, how many appointments and stuff like that, but also that they're actually going out and spending time on site. So they're actually going to use the analytics out of this too, the reporting feature, to show that they're doing their appointments. They have an initiative right now that when they make a call, that the presentation should last a minimum of 1 hour. Well, if they've got a guy who's saying he's doing 5 appointments a day and finds out that each appointment is basically a card pass off, they're going to start working with that guy to spend more quality time with their consumers. So it's going to be a helpful tool. I mean, I was telling Dave that I was 15 minutes into showing this stuff off. The president of the company basically stopped it and goes, "Yeah, we got to do this." And the thing that he actually liked was the heat map feature, because again, they're all working their territories and doing things, and he was actually from the security business back in the day, and he understands that people have a tendency to call in the areas they're comfortable with rather than developing new markets. So he's going to use the heat mapping as part of it as well. So it's kind of cool.
Okay, yeah. So like how Gary mentioned, the heat maps, you can kind of see where, if you want to see, okay, I just want to know a general idea on what's happening in the organization. You have a heat map on. So I want to see all the people who are on break. You can do a heat map, or you can actually see the actual pins themselves. As you see, we got lots of activity here in California, San Francisco, Mexico. Where's this thing? Is this Kentucky? No, it's not Kentucky. Illinois.
That was one of the guys that participated yesterday.
Oh, okay. We got a couple out in the Middle East. Kind of cool. So, thanks for joining us. Yeah. John, we got John Fanamore here, our national sales manager.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for spending some time with us. We appreciate it. Absolutely.
Yeah. I noticed you help with your logins. I was getting an email from support saying you needed some help. Okay. No problem. So the next feature I'll go into is survey, which is kind of, I think, the meat of Ambit and the coolest, I think, one of the coolest features we have. So survey is kind of our mass notification, our two-way mass notification. So traditionally in normal mass notification systems, it's normally one way, where I get an alert and that's about it. And the organization has no idea whether if I've gotten the alert, and whether if if I can provide feedback to the organization. But with Ambit, you have the ability to do two-way. So let me show you how that works. So let me show you a previous survey that we had sent out, and then I'll write one up. So let me see here. I'll use this one. So flight status. See here. So this is a survey that we had sent out. Please indicate your flight status. This is for an airline company that we're working with. We wanted to be able to see where their employees were for the flight status. So flight status check. So you send out a mass message saying, please indicate your latest flight status, and you have the flight number. Then you have the different responses that people pick from. So, for example, someone said, oh, I am scheduled for that flight, I'm checked in for that flight, or I'm not available, I'm in transit, or I'm at immigration. Let's do something that's a little bit more relevant. So let's create a survey. So when you're creating a survey, you can create one from scratch, or you can use our pre-built templates. So, for example, I'll use a fire drill. That's the best one. So the message is, there is a fire drill today. Are you prepared? The responses are yes, no, and then pending. Pending will always be there because it's pending. Then you pick your targeted users. So you can. So another thing about mass notification systems is not really other systems don't have a way you can pick out individual. We could say groups. You kind of either send it to everybody, one or two. But that's about it. But with us, you can go by all users, you can go by departments, you can go by sites, or you can go by select individuals. We have a feature in here as well where we're doing some changes to it, but based off of a geographic map or a geofence, you can send out a message within that map or within that area.
Yeah, so, with regard to this whole feature of surveys, the interesting thing I think that we do that some of the other players don't is we allow you to predetermine in a template format what that survey could be and customize it for your application. So maybe it's a good time to show them how to set up a template survey.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'll do that.
Let's go over to that.
Let me show you how you create a survey. So I'll do it from here. So you hit the plus sign, and you kind of can create your own survey. So I'll just type out the same fire drill. So fire drill. For message, are you prepared for today's drill? And then you just type out the different responses that the user can pick from. So you'd be yes, or I'll put here, no, I ready. And then here, let's put yes, I am ready. And you can do this right here, this icon, save as a template. You just hit the checkbox, and it saves it as a template when you hit confirm. But we already have this template, so I'm not going to save it again for... But let me send out this survey I was sending out earlier. So the fire drill, I'll send it to Gary, I'll send it to John, and I'll send it to myself. I'll send it to Alex. I'll send it to Nancy, actually. And Andre. So we gotta get scattered. So, and then after you select the people that you want to send it out to, or your group, you just hit broadcast. And that was John's phone going off, and my phone. So, new survey created, view responses. Let's click on that. Okay, Gary just replied. So see, as people reply, the map centers to whoever responded. So John replied yes, Nancy said yes, Gary said yes. Andre and myself, I see the message, but I'm not going to respond. So I got the notification. I'm going to click it. When I open the notification and I don't pick a response, you still get my location. So as I do my response, it'll update. So let's say I'm not ready. I'll put I'm not ready. So it's pretty fast. It's not a slow system at all. And in this case, you want to be able to focus and say, as you get responses into the system, saying, okay, I don't really care about the people who say yes. I want, and you can filter it down to just the people that you just want to say no to. This is helpful because in a large situation, or in any situation, when you're communicating with a large number of people, it's always, whether it be email or any other notification system, being able to find the people that need help and getting help to them, and filtering through the people who, just responding, say, okay, in an emergency situation, my priority is to help the people that say they need help. And the problem that sometimes happens is all these responses are coming in, you get overwhelmed saying, okay, how am I going to find the people that need help from all these responses that are coming in? With us, you can just filter through those responses and focus on your attention and your resources to a particular set of people. And that's that survey for you.
So the thing about survey, guys, is, the system, while it's a mass notification, emergency management, emergency communications tool, it also acts as a product that can provide real-time operational efficiency reports. And if you could hook into some kind of operational issue, like one of the things we've been successful with lately has been tracking subcontractors. So everybody's got a sweet spot, and it's great that we can notify people if there's a wildfire or an earthquake, when you have a catastrophic event. It's great for the organization and the employees or the members of the organization to report when they need assistance, request assistance, report an eyewitness situation, which I'm sure Zishan's gone through with you. But if you're going to find that operational piece, because sometimes at the end of the contract, people were saying, well, we didn't have an active shooter scenario, and we didn't have a wildfire, and sometimes they begin to question whether or not they need to continue on with the system. But if you show them something on the operational side, which is kind of showing them a favorable cost-benefit analysis at the end of the day, I think you lock down the customer a little bit better. And that survey template and a form is pretty much where we start to have some of those discussions.
Are the surveys limited to only 2 replies, or could you add more?
You can add as many as you like to. So.
Oh, okay. There we go.
I think it's limited to 7. I mean, I don't know how many more replies you want. You don't want to overbear the person with how many replies I can, pick from, but 7 is the limit right now. If you have a case or a customer that needs more than 7, we'll extend the limit past to whatever they need it to be.
Okay.
There's no limit to the number of surveys you can send. I know with other notification systems, there's limits. You can only send to a certain number of people, not with Ambit.